Hi, it's Mark Yegge. I'm a hedge fund manager and wealth architect, and welcome to a master course on stock trading. And this is really more specifically about breakout trading, one of the most successful methods of trading. And it's about a program that I call Stock Trade Genius University, but you'll be able to pick up lots of information about this methodology just by watching this master course that can hopefully help you in your existing trading right now. So without further ado, let's get started on the master course. All right, welcome. Okay, let's talk right off the bat about what we're doing here. I have a program called Stock Trade Genius University, and here are some of the nuggets from it. First of all, let me just start with the overview of what it is, and then we'll get into the actual nuts and bolts that you can take and apply to your trading, or if you want to do something further with me down the road, we'll talk about that later. But right now, I want you to know that, we send kids to school and we spend a lot of money. I know my niece is spending about $250,000 on her education up in the Northeast. And we don't really give you a way to make money when you graduate. We give you a job, maybe. Some people don't have a job, they live at home. But the idea is that you're supposed to get educated and have a job when you leave you can make money with. It doesn't always happen, does it? And so what we do at Stock Trade Genius University is we give you an actual tool to go out and make money immediately. And so that's, to me, is like a university degree for trading. Now, what we do is, this is not just some haphazard system. We've modeled the greatest traders of all time. If you want to be successful in anything in life, you need to find a model and emulate them. Do all the best practices, the things that they did well, and maybe learn from the mistakes that they made so you don't have to make the same mistakes. Same thing that we do here. And we've researched and tested these methods over 120 years. I'll talk about it a little bit more, but we've basically honed in on what some of the key strategies are, the key things that make successful stocks successful. We're going to talk about what those are in a moment. And I've proven this system over and over again in my hedge funds. And frankly, if you learn this system, you'll be able to target about a 40% a year return on investment target. So that's what we're all about. But without further ado, let me jump into what kind of people think about stock trading. Now, I always say it's too easy to just pick up a mouse and click it, and all of a sudden you've invested $100,000 or $250,000 in a stock, and then you don't know what to do. I mean, clicking the mouse is probably the easiest part of the whole thing. But a lot of people think that they just need to pick the right stock. And while stock picking is really critical, it's what happens after you pick the stock. Like, what happens if it goes down? What happens if it goes up? What if you buy too much, too little, those kinds of things. So it's not just picking the right stock. So if you're one of those people that thinks, well, I just need to listen to Kramer or the Motley Fool, they always give me the right stock picks. Well, there's a little bit more to it than that. That's why not everybody's a trader. And that's why a lot of people blow up their accounts. They start with something and they end with almost nothing or nothing. And so some other people say that, if I could just know when the market's going to crash, then I could just scoop it up and buy at the bottom. And that's funny because most people just don't buy at the bottom, because that's when the biggest amount of fear is sitting out there. And you don't want to buy into all this fear when you're listening to the news and all the newspapers and the websites are all telling you the market's going to go even further down. It's like hard to go against the crowd. And so most people don't. And you probably didn't either. And I certainly don't try to pick the tops and the bottoms. It just doesn't work, and I'm not smart enough. Some people say, well, I'll just average down. And the way that works is, if you buy a stock that you liked at $100 and all of a sudden it goes to 90, instead of selling it, you say, well, I loved it at 100. I really love it here at 90. Let me average down. And now at least I have it at 95. And then when it goes back up to 100, which sometimes it never does, as you may know, that you can make twice as much. Well, it doesn't always work that way, because research has shown that when a stock goes down 7 or 8 or 9 or 10%, it keeps going down, because things trend, and you need to know that. You need to get the probabilities on your side. And then sometimes when it goes down to 90 and then maybe 80, 85, whatever, it keeps going down, you say, well, I'm just a buy and hold investor. They're a good company, and they got good management, and I like their products. And so you talk yourself into staying with that investment. So that doesn't always work either. And so the question I always ask is, well, why isn't everybody rich from trading? I mean, if you have all the answers, if it's just a stock, or you just wait for the crash, or, sometimes you can get lucky for sure, but most people aren't lucky. I mean, there's a skill. It's a skill that's learned. It's not a skill you're born with. So that's number one. It's also a formula, a system, a methodology. If you're just clicking a mouse, buying stocks, selling stocks, you might get lucky a few times. You might have some success day trading for sure. But to do it over and over again as a career, to do it over and over again for your retirement, to do it over again as a successful investor, you got to have a system. You got to have a formula. I believe life is a formula. If you do everything the way the formula is designed, you always get what comes out after the equal sign, right? And so, but part of that formula is the risk management. And that means you have to manage your risk. I mean, you got a 50% chance of being right and a 50% chance of being wrong when you enter a trade. So it's what happens after you enter the trade that is important, and managing your risk, not betting too much, not betting too little, but the right amount for you, and managing that risk in the trade is critical. But most people never learn anything about risk management. And then in life, in anything that you want to do, you're either trained or you're untrained. I mean, we're born untrained in almost anything, right? We have to train. And there's no shame in being untrained. But if you don't take the time to learn training in something that you want to be successful in, then maybe there is a little bit of shame. Like, you have the opportunity to learn. Why don't you take the opportunity to learn that it's there? I mean, people go to school and they get trained in how to write English and speak English and socialize and those kinds of things. The same is true in anything else. So trained people are generally successful in what they do. They've learned from the mentors. They've studied from mentors. They've learned from the right people. They've done best practices. And unsuccessful people, unfortunately, they just try to find the shortcut and think it's easy. And one thing that I've learned in my life is that most things are not easy until you start to understand them. Then you start to get some clarity, and then you have to practice them and do it right in order to get some success. So what are some key components of a breakout system? So if you go out there and you want to learn how to do some breakout trading, well, you've got to know some components of it. Now, this is a successful way to invest. Trust me, it's an excellent way to invest. And if you're not doing it, you really ought to study it, because it's awfully hard to just be a value investor and buy things at the bottom and wait. You want a breakout system that buys things as they're going high and continuing to go higher, right? We want to buy stocks. We don't buy low and sell high. We buy high and sell higher is what we do. And so number one is you want to find a super stock. Those are those stocks, and you know what they are. They're the Apples, the Ciscos, the Microsofts, the Teslas, GMs from years and years ago, the Fords, the IBMs, the ones they're super stocks. They just keep going and going and going and going. And you make 20, 30,000% on some of these stocks. Tesla went up 25,000% in the 90s. And so you want to find those super stocks. And the way to find them is, you don't want to wait forever. You want to find them when they're breaking out. So you want to buy them on early breakouts. You don't want to wait too long while everybody else is selling now. You're going against the current. You want to buy them on a breakout. Number three is you want to create a trading plan. You want to be able to trade with a plan that you've made when you're unemotional. You have to know that history repeats. And that's why we've gone back 120 plus years and studied some of the greatest stocks of all time, because those just keep repeating. Those patterns keep repeating. And then the fifth thing is that you want a pyramid. And that means adding to your position, not selling your position when things go up. You want to add to that position because you've done something right? All right. So what are the four keys now to breakout investing? The first key is to get probabilities in your favor. The second one is to manage your risk. We're going to talk a lot about risk because it's so important. Third is to have a system. And fourth is that timing is everything. Like, if you don't time things right, you might be right, but if your timing is off, you're going to be off, right? And then once we add these four fundamentals, we can add what I call the mystery spice. And I'll tell you about that in a little bit, but it's a really important key thing to making you even more money from a breakout trading system. So let's start with the first one, getting the probabilities in your favor. What does that mean? Well, let's start with a couple of facts. First of all, stocks break out about 20% of the time. Like, when the stock breaks out of 100 and runs to 120, that's the time you want to be in it. You don't want to be sitting there for 6 months while the stock is getting to the 120 slowly. You want to catch that breakout. They break out about 20% of the time. They consolidate, meaning they stay within a range, about 80% of the time. Well, when that happens, your money is dead money. I mean, if something is sitting there in a range for 6 months, 12 months, or even longer, just trading back and forth, and you're not in there day trading, which I highly recommend you don't do, then you are in a consolidation, and that is dead money. That's money that could be used for something else and another breakout. 70% of a stock's performance comes from the direction of the market. Remember, it's a stock market, a market of stocks. And so if the stocks are generally moving up, the market's moving up. Well, you have a probability of the stock moving up if the market's moving up too. It's kind of chicken, egg, vice versa, however you want to look at it. Also, you should know that 34% of a stock's performance comes from the strength of its sector. So in the electric vehicle market, if Tesla's moving up and all the other EVs are moving up, well, chances are that whole sector is moving up and you're going to get some boost from that. You also want to follow the leader. So going back to that last example, Tesla is the leader in that market, right? So you want to follow the leader. You want to be chasing the last place guy. You want to be on the first place. And so follow those leaders. But that also means that the leaders are the big money institutions, the Fidelities, the Vanguards, and people are buying millions of shares at a time. They're the ones that you want to follow because they're the ones that are going to support your stock. And you have to know this, you're going to lose money in trading. But the cool thing is if you manage your risk right, money's going to replenish. You know, it's like when you go to work. You go to work, you get paid, and then you go out and spend your money, and then it's gone. But you know what? A couple weeks later, it replenishes. Well, it's kind of the same thing. Money is going to replenish in your account. If you do this right, you're going to have some losses. You got to know that's part of the game. And then if you keep those losses small, you're going to be able to replenish that money and move on to continue to fight another day. Just don't let those losses get too big. The next part is to manage risk. And speaking of losses, we have a saying, your first loss is your best loss. But that means that you can't just buy a stock and if it goes down $1, turns red by $1 in your whole portfolio, you get rid of it. You have to give it a little bit of room to breathe. Stocks breathe. They go in, they go out, they move up and they down. They don't go up in a straight line. So you have to let them have a reasonable amount of room to breathe. Not too much, but a reasonable amount. And then we also say kill the monster when it's small. So imagine killing Godzilla before he destroyed the town or whatever Godzilla did. So you want to kill that monster when it's small because when it's big, it's a lot harder to take down. You need a lot more resources. And so when your loss is small, that's when you want to take it out. You want to also know for you what the proper risk to reward ratio is because there's a right number for you based on your risk tolerance, your success rate, how long you stay in a stock, what your return is, what your return per stock is, how much you make, all those kinds of things goes into a reward risk number for you. Everybody's different. You need to know your number. You also need to have a system. And so what this means is, like I talked about before, you've got a system that's not just, well, I think I'm going to buy a stock on Tuesday at 11 o'clock every Tuesday. Well, that's a system, but is it a successful system? The system, no, has to be proven. And it's got to be repeatable in different markets, right? Sometimes markets give you different variables and it's got to be repeatable. It's got to be consistent. In other words, you can count on this system. That is the biggest component of having a system is that you know that it works because there are going to be times where you're challenged in the market. Trust me, Mrs. Market and Mr. Market are really out there to try to squeeze you out of your money. And they're going to challenge you in a lot of different ways. And you have to be able to know, no, this system that I have works. Doesn't work every time, but over time, the probabilities are in my favor. And I know that it works over time. So I'm counting on that. You've also have to have a system that includes your mindset. Probably the most important part of trading is what's going on up here, what your emotions are, right? Emotions go up, intelligence goes down. So you have to know that. Risk management. How are you managing your risk? What are you selecting in your stocks? What's the market doing? How is that analysis of the stock going? Do you have the right stocks that you're starting with in the first place? What is the timing? Are you picking the right spot on the chart? Because there's an ideal spot on the chart where you should be buying. And not just buying, but buying at that right spot gives you the best probabilities. When you should be in, when you should be out of a stock. And then, of course, we're going to talk about the mystery spice. That's all part of the system that we have, and it should be a part of the system that you have, except maybe the mystery spice. That's our thing. Timing is everything. A lot of people say you can't time the market. To me, that's Wall Street propaganda. That's Wall Street BS. Of course you can time the market. You don't want to be in the market when they're going down. You want to be in markets when the markets are trending up. You want to be out of markets when they're trending down. And so you want to know that when you take the market and you take the sector and you take the stock direction and they're all moving in tandem, that drives performance in a pretty good way. They're not conflicting with each other. You've got all the wind at your back. And then before your entry, you have to know that fundamentals are about 80% of your analysis and that technical analysis is about 20. But after you get in, the fundamentals decrease in importance. And now you've got to become a really good chart reader. You have to know what's going on in the chart because the chart is really emotions on parade. They tell you what's going on out there in the market, and you can read the tea leaves by reading those charts. So listen, that's the keys. Those are the keys to what make a great breakout investor. Now listen, I have a little commercial here. I've got a thing called Stock Trade Genius University. I'm very proud of it. I've worked a lot of years. I've made a lot of mistakes, which I call tuition. And so you don't have to make those same mistakes if you take this course. It's a mentorship program coupled with a course. And that way I can guarantee that you have more success. And that's what I want for everybody that takes any of my courses anyway. I want them to succeed so they can tell other people and spread the word, because this is not hard. It's just a system that you need to learn. So listen, we start with the introduction and an overview, and then we go into a system that I call Vivid Dreams. It's 11 critical components to success, 11 factors that you need to have in any time you analyze a stock that's going to, pretty much skew the probabilities in your favor and get you towards success. And it works. Vivid Dreams analysis. Now I'm going to show you exactly how we get into it. And we're going to actually rip apart a stock and show you how to do it. We're going to do it over and over again so it becomes second nature. Then we're going to teach you how to look at chart patterns. Now, your eye, because I've looked at thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of charts in my life, your eye should be like this, like being able to pick out those patterns. Those patterns are little probability areas on the chart that give you the best chance for success. And so you have to know how to pick those patterns out, know where the ideal spot on the chart is, and that all comes from the pattern recognition knowledge. So we go into that. A cup pattern is one of the patterns that we talk about. We talk about one of my favorite patterns, which is what's called a double bottom pattern. A consolidation pattern is critical as well. And then what the whole point of this is for your life to change. And so we talk about, how do you find those life-changing stocks? How do you find the right fundamentals, coupled with the right technicals, coupled with the right market timing, coupled with the right sector rotation, to come together and give you the best probability to change your life? Because this isn't about buying a stock and selling it at 104, buying it at 100, selling it at 104, right? That's not what we do. We're not day traders. We're talking about buying a stock at 100 and riding it to 1,000 or 2,000, or maybe never even selling it and just borrowing from our account as we go into retirement. Those are the things that we're trying to do. Otherwise, everybody be those people that say, well, if I'd just bought Apple in 2003 at $1.50 and I just held on to it today, I'd be up, 1,000%, 2,000%, whatever the number is. But most people just don't do that. We show you how those stocks can change your life. But you know what? We also show you when to sell, because the life of a stock can end soon. And most stocks really don't run for more than 12 to 18 months. That's most of them. Some do. But the average one that we've studied, the super stocks, they have a big run for 12 to 18 months, then they kind of settle down. And so we tell you when to sell, what to look at, and how to sell. But we also cover the really critical things that are important to you: risk management, emotions, mindset, and then the strategies around the different cycles of the market. Really, really critical. We talk specifically about some things that other people won't talk about because they're a little bit esoteric, a little bit complicated. You should know them because it gives you more confidence. So Fibonacci charting, candlestick trading, ABCD patterns, and Heikin-Ashi candles are things that we use that in the shorter term can give you confidence in bounce points and resistance points and things like that you otherwise wouldn't get by using some other system. And then you know what we do? Once you get all that and you're comfortable with it, we add a little bit of mystery spice, right? And when you master those undergraduate studies, we kind of give you a master's program in this mystery spice thing. And what it is an option strategy. So we have to teach you this option strategy, and we layer it on top of the Vivid Dream strategies. And then your returns triple, but you got to be more disciplined. Like you have to be triple the discipline. Like you have to do everything by the book if you're going to try this, because it works, but it only works if you have discipline. You can't change the rules in the middle of the game. And so you only slightly increase your risk. Anyway, we talk about that in the course because it's a really critical component. The whole program is not just a course, right? You don't go to college and you just get a textbook. In our case, what we do is we give you a course with quizzes and all that kind of stuff that you might be used to. But we also have a mentorship program attached to it, because the mentorship program right now is with me. Eventually it'll be with somebody on my team or me. But right now it's with me because I have some time. And this mentorship is proven to help you have success, right? Imagine if you were able to be mentored by Tony Robbins or the CEO of your company when you first started, Or if you're a lawyer, imagine if you were able to be mentored by one of the older partners. Your success will be much more magnified. And so what I want to do is I want to ensure that you get the best training possible. So I give you what I believe is awesome modules that are online training, self-paced. But I'm also going to talk to you when you're ready for a week. I'm going to talk to you every single day, and I'm going to iron out the wrinkles that you might have, the unclarity, if that's a word, in your brain so that we can get you to be more successful. And then once you start to get it, you start to put your money at risk, you're trading a little bit, you're going to have some questions. So I'm going to be on the call with you 1 hour a week, and that's going to last for 8 weeks. Listen, I charge $1,000 an hour for my time. So that's $8,000 of mentorship. Okay. Just for that one call a week for 8 weeks. Doesn't even count the 30 minutes a day. And then I also want to make sure that you're ongoing, sticking to the program, because I want you to be really successful. And so I'm going to have a call per quarter with you for the whole year. The year after you sign up this course, you're going to get a call with me every quarter, or somebody from my team if you don't do it quick enough. If you want to learn golf, right, and you go out and you buy a golf book, you're probably not going to be a great golfer. You're probably not going to even be a great golfer. You just go to the course and you get a bucket of balls and you start hitting. You're going to need confidence. You want to need some guidance. You want it customized for your personality and the way it is. That's why I think the mentorship program is something that nobody else offers with this methodology, which I know is one of the top methodologies that I've ever seen on Wall Street and for investing. I mean, it just is. And I'm really confident. I love this program. It's one of my top 2 programs. I have 2 programs that I'm very proud of. And this Stock Trade Genius University is one of my top 2 programs. I just love it. And it's not for everybody, but it's pretty cool. So listen, enough of that. You might be thinking, well, I want you to enroll right now. So I'm going to say that, but you might be thinking, oh, it's too expensive. Okay. That's a decent objection. It's a decent thing to say. But if you're saying that it's too expensive, you probably need to buy the course, because this is a course that's going to teach you how to make money for the rest of your life. And it's designed to pay for itself. The whole mentorship and course is designed to pay for itself in the very first few trades. And obviously, if you start with $2,000 or something, I can't really help you a lot. But if you start with a decent size account, 6-figure account, 7-figure, 8-figure account, then this is a no-brainer, right? This is going to teach you a methodology that you're going to be able to use for a long time. What does a university degree cost anyway? I mean, my niece is spending $250,000 on her degree, and this is a fraction of that. And it teaches you how to make money in the market right now. Or you can say, well, I'll just learn this on my own. And you know what? You absolutely can. I did. It took me the better part of 40 years to learn it. But I learned it. I made a lot of mistakes, and I realized that I have to have a system, and all the things that we just talked about. I learned. But at the end of the day, I've taken everything and I've distilled it into this very easy to understand. A lot of people have told me that one of my strengths is taking complicated things and make them easy to understand. I think it's true, and I'm really proud of this course. But you can learn this on your own. You can go and figure out technical analysis by going to YouTube. You can learn candlestick charting by going to YouTube. You can learn how to do Fibonacci's and Heikinashi's and all that stuff. I put it in one place, and then I mentor you. The course, it's great. Trust me, it's great. It gives you the fundamentals. It's the mentorship. When you have the question, you're in a stock market cycle that you haven't been in before, and you want to know what to do. I'm going to be there for you to help you answer those questions. Listen, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. So if you've ever traded before and you lost money and you're like, I'll just do this on my own, you're probably going to lose a little bit more money too. Now, if you learn from it, awesome. If you don't, I have a course that I think can help you. So that might be something that you're saying. Or if you're saying, you know what, I'm going to wait and decide later. I'm going to think about this. You're not going to think about it. How many times do you think about something and go back and make a decision to do it or not do it? Once you click the off button on this master course, you're not coming back here. You and I both know that. So listen, make a decision for yourself. Winning people, trained people, successful people are decision makers. And they make decisions because they know that if they invest in themselves, that investment will pay off over and over and over again. So you can wait and decide later, but you won't. You can think about it, but you won't. Make the decision right now, or decide right now that you're not going to do it. But don't say I'm going to think about it, because you're not going to do it, right? Make a decision right now that you want to change your life when it comes to your finances, and get involved and enroll in the course right now. And think about this. Ask yourself, how much is this costing you every month to not decide? Like if I'm talking about making 40% and you've got $1 million to invest, okay? We're talking about $400,000 return. Put that in conjunction with the cost of this course. How much is it costing you not to decide? How much have you lost in bad trades, or will you lose on your next bad trade to not make this decision? Compare that cost of the investment, and then you get to make the decision yourself. I would love to have you in the course. I would love to be your mentor. I know that it can change your life, and I want to be here for you while it does. So if you're interested, when you're interested, it's really easy to do. You click the button below, you enroll right now, you get out your credit card, you pay for it. We'll schedule an orientation call. We'll get you off and running. And then in a couple of weeks, you'll start to make your first trade and you'll be making some money. So listen, I've been talking a lot. And the bottom line is, if you want to really learn and want to take something to the next level in your life, I think I have a great solution for you. So click the button below to enroll now. But if not, that's fine too. I hope you were able to get some information that you're going to be able to use in your own trading. In our courses, we dive really far deep into it. We give you examples. We show you the ways to do it, the ways not to do it. You know, I know that what I have is really successful, but I'm not going to keep talking about it. You know if you are going to make that decision or not. I hope that you do. Remember, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. But I have another saying: never give up your power in your health, your wealth, or your time.